I'm Jasmine Torres, and I hereby give permission for this to be used to be shown to others in any media.
Jasmine, can you describe what you initially experienced before you took the biofeedback class and before you did any of the practices?
So for as long as I can remember, I have had stomach problems. I didn't really understand the feeling. I would go to the doctors quite often and they would just tell me you have acid reflux or you're constipated and things of that sort. And I was prescribed medicine, told to do home remedies, and nothing helped. And this was from the point from when I was about 5 years old up until college. And when I started college, the problem of acid reflux specifically got really, really bad, and I couldn't even go out and have a normal night with my friends because I would be worried about what I was going to eat, if it was going to make my stomach hurt, if I drank the wrong thing, and I didn't understand what was going on, and it was starting to affect my life in more ways than just stomach pain because I was getting anxious about what I was going to eat, what I was going to do, and I got to the point where I was very, very, like, almost depressed because I felt like I couldn't live a normal life as a young adult. I was given over-the-counter medicine, so basically just prescribed anti-acid medications.
And how well did that work?
Not very well. It would make me feel better sometimes, but they were ineffective every time that I would take it. And I think when I started taking it more is when it started to feel less effective. So I even lost hope in that, and I just completely stopped.
You are a student at San Francisco State. You were in the Holistic Health 430 class on biofeedback, where you practice autogenic training and breathing techniques. Tell us what happened for you.
I came across the concept of diaphragmatic breathing, and it really caught my attention in lecture when Eric gave a lecture about acid reflux and how it could breathing thoracically can cause the acid in your stomach to be pushed up because you're tightening your belly. When you breathe thoracically, you're not relaxing your abdomen, and that really caught my attention because I was like, this could be something that I do without thinking about it. When I plugged myself into the computer, it was clear through the software that I breathe more in my chest area than I did with my abdomen. There was almost no movement from my abdomen, and in my chest there was a lot of movement, and this was just the natural way that I was breathing without any instruction. And actually trying to breathe with my abdomen felt really unnatural and really uncomfortable for me. So it was clear that this is the way I had been breathing my whole life without being conscious of it.
And so what did you then do?
For my final project, I chose to really work on acid reflux because I really wanted to see how different it would make me feel, what the effects of it were going to be. I was doing my own experiment, so I thought, why not fix myself while doing my final project? So I worked with my partner, and we did a series of plugging using the software. It looked similar to this. I began breathing just normally how I would normally breathe, but trying to breathe with my abdomen for about a minute. And then for about another minute, I tried to remember a stressful situation that I was in. And during that time, I believe it was finals. And so my stressor that I tried to think about were all the exams that I had coming up. And then we finished by doing another minute of, again, just doing a normal breathing pattern.
So in a way, the model was based upon the clinical observation that patients or people with acid reflux, that if they were sleeping on a slant bed, they often did better at night. And so the concept was, gosh, if I can reduce the pressure in the abdomen, it should be squeezing almost the stomach and the stomach content upward. If I could breathe, if I could let this be more relaxed, it could settle down more, and I would have less of the pressure of the fluids going up. And thus, thereby, it meant loosening the clothing a bit. Mm-hmm. It meant allowing yourself to breathe lower, so when you inhale, the stomach would automatically expand outward, as if the abdomen expanded outward and the air flowed in by itself. And when one did that, there wouldn't be this pressure on the stomach. And that is the kind of hydraulic model which we would recommend doing. What happened to the symptoms?
It's been about a year now since I was in the 430 class, and I am pretty much free of acid reflux symptoms. Before I tried things like watching my diet, avoiding acidic foods, not drinking too much alcohol, whatever was on the list. And now, even if I have a bag of hot Cheetos, if I have a drink, it's like I never had acid reflux in the first place. Now, whenever I feel myself going into an episode or like I'm going to start having acid reflux symptoms, I will just lay down, or while I'm driving in my car, I'll really try to focus on slowly breathing with my abdomen.
Exhale, right, very slowly. And then almost let the air flow in as you inhale. The stomach almost widens. And as you exhale, it comes in gently.
And I find that it's a lot easier when I put my hand over my stomach so that I can really feel the motion. Because at first, when I first started to practice diaphragmatic breathing, it felt so unnatural that even when I tried to do it, I wasn't doing it because my abdomen just was not used to being relaxed and just letting the air flow in. Even when I was trying to do it, I was still tightening my stomach. So putting my hand over my belly really helped me really feel the air and really just relax. And it was okay in a way. So now I just do that so that I can make sure that I'm still practicing the correct way and I'm not just thinking that I'm breathing diaphragmatically, but I know that I'm breathing diaphragmatically.
I have one more question. As you look back over the year, any recommendations for other people who may have acid reflux or anything like this?
I think one of the big things that Eric pointed out a lot was clothing-wise, and how we live in a time, especially for girls, where high-waisted jeans are very cute and they're so stylish, but they're not fit to help you breathe healthy. And I think that was a big part, because even today when I wear my high-rise tight jeans, I'm very uncomfortable. I can't breathe. When I eat, I feel like, I think I have to change so that I'm able to breathe and I'm able to not have any symptoms of acid reflux. I think it's also really important just to take a moment. I know it seems kind of not crazy, but it's just like, that probably won't help. But it makes all the difference in the world if you just take 10 minutes out of one day, especially when you're feeling very stressed out, to just focus on your breathing and become conscious of how you're breathing, so you can become aware. Maybe you already are a diaphragmatic breather, but how it could be more effective if you actually take a moment to just sit still and just really focus on your breathing. And that's the biggest thing that's made the biggest difference out of all the medications I've tried, out of everything, all the doctors that I visited. Nothing cured me until I practiced diaphragmatic breathing in 4:30.
During the day, sometimes we get captured and we tighten up. How are you aware of it, and what do you do?
Now I feel like, because I've practiced it for a whole year, and when I'm bored, I'm like, I'm just gonna practice my breathing. That's easier for me now to notice when I'm not breathing, or I feel even when I feel tense, right away I'm like, okay, I need to breathe. I need to just let go and breathe. But it was through practice and doing it over and over, even when I wasn't in a stressful situation, that made it very natural to me. It made it like second nature. So I think it's made it so easy when I feel stressed. I just know I need to take a moment. Even at work, I'm a server. So it's constantly high pace, running around. People can be very mean and rude, and I'll just take a moment and go into a closet and just breathe for 2 minutes and come out, and I'm a brand new person. I can think straight, and I know I'm not going to have a stomach ache at the end of the night. And that's pretty much what it's been. It's just been making sure that I allow myself those 2 to 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be a whole hour. It's just learning to incorporate it into my day-to-day activities. That has made all the difference.
Thank you so much, Jasmine.
Thank you.